Only the Christlike person who loves and is truly humble can safely counsel and correct another human being. Helping another is the essential test of true charity. The epistle today is from St. Paul's letter to the Galatians 5:25-26, 6-1-10. Brethren, if we live by the Spirit let us also walk. Let us not become desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. Brethren, even if a person is caught doing something wrong, you who are spiritual instruct such a one in a spirit of meekness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted. Bear one another's burdens, and so you will fulfill the law of Christ. For if anyone thinks himself to be something, whereas he is nothing, he deceives himself. But let everyone test his own work, and so he will have glory in himself only, and not in comparison with another. For each one will bear his own burden. And let him who is instructed in the word share all good things with his teacher. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For what a man sows, that he will also reap. For he who sows in the flesh, from the flesh also he will reap corruption. But he who sows in the Spirit, from the Spirit he will reap life everlasting. And in doing good let us not grow tired, for in due time we shall reap if we do not relax. Therefore, while we have time, let us do good to all men, but especially to those who are of the household of faith. The Gospel? Luke chapter 7 verses 11-16. Out of compassion for a suffering widow, Jesus gave life to her son. Whenever, by the sacrament of baptism or that of penance, he restores a soul from the death of mortal sin to the life of grace, Jesus, through his priest, works an even greater miracle. At that time, Jesus went to a town called Nain, and his disciples and a large crowd went with him. And as he drew near the gate of the town, behold, a dead man was being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow, and a large gathering from the town was with her. And the Lord, seeing her, had compassion on her, and said to her, Do not weep. And he went up and touched the stretcher, and the bearers stood still. And he said, Young man, I say to thee, arise. And he who was dead, sat up, and began to speak. And he gave him to his mother. But fear seized upon all, and they began to glorify God, saying, A great prophet has risen among us, and God has visited his people.